Assalamu alaikum my dear students. Today we are going to start our lesson from English language workbook of grade 4. As you know that we are done with the textbook lesson 1 The Lazy Little Girl, and now we have to finish this first lesson in our workbook 2. So today will be the end of our first lesson in textbook, in our notebooks and in our workbook 2. So here we have a passage. I am going to read this and I have solved the questions for you too. The hidden treasure. What is the treasure? Wealth, jewels. An old farmer who was seriously ill called his 3 idle sons to impart to them an important secret. Idle means free. Impart means to convey something, to tell something, somebody something. An old farmer who was seriously ill. There was a farmer who was ill. He called his 3 sons to tell them something, to tell them a secret. My sons, said he, a great treasure is hidden by me in the farms. I am about to leave you. He stopped. He told his sons that he had a great treasure and which is hidden by him, and he is going to leave that treasure for his sons. Where is it hidden? Exclaimed the 3 sons in one breath. They exclaimed means speak loudly. So they all asked together that where is it hidden? I am about to tell you, said the old man. You will have to dig for it. Dig for it means break up and move earth with a tool. Digging of something, digging of the earth. Okay? But his breath failed him and he died before he could reveal the secret. Reveal means disclose, to expose something, to tell the secret. Immediately means directly, quickly. The 3 sons set to work with spades in the neglected fields. Spades is a tool which is used for digging the earth. In the neglected fields means those fields which were not given proper care, means those fields which were ignored by them. They dug hard. Dug is the second form of dig. They dug hard but found no treasure. But they learnt to work. Next year, the fields were sown and the sons gathered a marvelous harvest. Sown means to plant seeds for growth. And they gathered a marvelous harvest means a wonderful harvest. Then they discovered what the treasure hidden in the field was, which their wise old father had indicated to them. Indicated means to point out or point to. So this was the end of this passage. The summary of this passage is that the sons of that farmer were lazy. They were not hard workers. So his father gave them a lesson to do hard work. So the moral of this passage is also the same as we had the moral of the lesson The Lazy Little Girl, and the moral is that hard work is the key to success. Now let's come to the question answers. How can you tell that the 3 sons had not worked in their fields before? I can tell this because their father called them idle sons. Here you can see their father called them idle sons. Why he called them idle sons? Because they were free, they were lazy, they were not doing any work. What made the harvest marvelous? The digging of the soil made the harvest marvelous. You can see that to find out the treasure, they dug hard but found no treasure. They dug hard the earth but they found no treasure. So because of which they got a marvelous harvest. Which concealed treasure did they finally find? Concealed mean hidden. They found the marvelous harvest. This was the hidden treasure which they found. The story is trying to convey and teach us a lesson. What is it? Hard work is the key to success. This is the moral, this is the lesson which the story is conveying us. Complete the sentence in the way you think the farmer wanted to. You will have to dig for it, and I think we can write the sentence like this. You will have to do hard work for it. Now we are going to move towards our next page, that is page number 8 of our English workbook of grade 4, and the question number 2 is underline the right meanings of the words given below. This is your homework, you have to do it yourself because I already told the meanings of this word in the passage explanation. Impart. What is the meaning of impart? Separate, share, or different? Treasure. You have to underline the correct meaning. Treasure. Poverty, jewels, or strength. Marvelous. Wonderful, dangerous, or attractive. Neglected. Attended, ignored, or cared for. Concealed. Hidden, revealed, or announced. Now, next to the second question, part B. Write rhyming words for the following words. Now, what are rhyming words? Rhyming words are those words which have the same ending sounds. Like we have to now write the rhyming words of treasure. So I wrote here closure, pressure, farm, warm, harm, duck, bug, mug. This was a simple question, but I solved it for you. You can also find out more rhyming words for these words on Google. Now we are going to start question number C, that is filling the triple letters to complete the words, and the triple letters are IGH, URE, TCH. I have done this question too. IHIGH, high, CURE, cure, THIGH, thigh, FIGURE, RIGHT, right, STITCH, stitch, MATCH, match, WATCH, watch, SURE, sure, SIGH, sigh, PURE, pure, HATCH, hatch. These are the also words for your new vocabulary which I made by using these triple letters at the end. Now we are going to start our question number D, that is state whether the underlined noun is countable or uncountable. This is also your homework because I have explained this topic in our previous lesson. You can take help from that lesson. I will only explain this one, number 4, the word time. The rest of all the words are easy, and you can recognize them easily that they are countable or uncountable. I will only explain the word time. The word time is used for both countable and uncountable. When we talk about the amount of time, it is uncountable. Like how much time do we need to paint the wall? Or in the sentence, we haven't got enough time. In these both sentences, the word time is uncountable. But in expressions like a long time or a short time, then in this type of sentences, the word time is countable. Like for example, 5 o'clock would be a great time to start. Now in this also the word time is countable. When will we talk about clock times, means the word time will be countable. And when we will also mention with them like long or short or some or more time, then it will also be countable noun. In this sentence, the time is uncountable because they are saying I need more time to finish my homework. More time. We cannot count the word more and how much it is. We only know the some amount of it. So more time, the word more time is here uncountable. Now the next question on page number 9, punctuate the following sentences. This is also your homework because this is an easy task, and we studied this in our textbook too. Where we have to punctuate the pronoun I. We have to capitalize the pronoun I. We have to capitalize the proper nouns and the names of months, days, and all the proper nouns. Now the sentence, Tom, I know you are not telling the truth, Aunt Polly said. You can see here the word Tom is not capitalized, I is not capitalized, Aunt Polly is not capitalized. So I wrote here, Tom, I know you are not telling the truth, Aunt Polly said. Here the word T is capital, I is capital, Aunt Polly is capital. Now the rest is so easy, you can do it yourself. I visited Karachi last year in December. You can see here I with the Karachi K and the December D. Where are Asad and Raza? The teacher asked. The teacher is here a common noun, but Asad and Raza are proper nouns. And where are Asad and Raza? The W, you can see this is also not capitalized, so you need to do it. I had a toothache last Thursday. Here the pronoun and Thursday. Aunt Mary brought Belgium chocolates for me. Belgium is the name of a place, so this is a proper noun and you need to capitalize the name of Aunt Mary too. Alia and I are going to the school. Alia is a proper noun and again here we have a pronoun, so you need to do it yourself. Now on page number 10, question number F. Look at the pictures given below. With the help of the box, complete each sentence by naming the person. Okay, we have some pictures. Here you can see a person who is holding a brush and a paint box. So obviously he is a painter. Here is a woman who is holding a tray with some food. So she is a waitress. Here is a person who is repairing a car. So he is a mechanic. Here is a person who is selling some fruits or some things on a shop. So obviously he is a grocer. Grocer is a person who sells household things like fruits, meats, etc. Here is a person who is wearing a uniform and he is a pilot. Here you can see some doctors who are operating. So he is a surgeon. Here is a person who is repairing some water pipes. So he is a plumber. And here is a girl who is also wearing a uniform. She is a air hostess. Now we have to put all these words in these blanks. Number 1. When our car broke down on the highway, we could not find a dash to help us. Obviously, when your car will broke down on the highway, so we will need a plumber or a pilot. We will need a mechanic. So write mechanic. Number 2. The water tank in the colony had to be repaired by a dash. Repaired by an air hostess? No. Repaired by a plumber, the one who repairs and fits the piping of the water system. So we will write here plumber. Now the third, the dash approached the table with our food. Who approached the table with our food? The waitress, who brings food in a hotel or restaurant. Number 4, the dash became famous by performing the first liver transplant. Obviously, a surgeon can do this. A liver transplant is not an easy task to do. So here we have surgeon. Now the rest are easy. They are your homework. You need to fill number 5, number 6, number 7 and number 8. And the last question, which you are going to do it in your notebook. The question is, everyone should work hard and help their parents around the house. Write a paragraph describing which one chore you like doing the most and why. So this is your task. You can write only 4 to 5 lines. You need to mention the chore which is your favorite, which you do at your home and by which you help your parents at your home. This was the end of your first lesson in workbook 2. We will meet again in our next lesson by starting the second chapter. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.